Hello, I'm Guy Woodford, and I'd like to bring you answers to some of the key questions addressed in the Third World Highways Roundtable on Connected Reconstruction. Machine control technology has largely been initiated and developed by third-party suppliers. As it continues to be developed, what are the advantages, if any, of it being integrated into their products by machine OEMs?
You know, when you start looking at technology, certainly new technologies, it typically starts in the aftermarket. OEMs are looking for consistency, looking for reliability. You know, to take a lot of chances is not something an OEM wants to do out of the gate. So a lot of technology starts in the aftermarket. And then as adoption increases, then the users start to say, hey, you know what? I'm using it. I want to use it all the time, but I want this to come from the factory. So the OEMs then start to make that move. That whole process takes a long time, and over the years, now where we are, technology has a tremendous impact on the success or the productivity of a customer on a job. It used to be that it was all about the machine. In reality, technology can have as much or actually more impact than just the machine itself. So the OEMs are certainly embracing now, getting into it. And once an OEM is on board, it truly validates the technology. And then the other thing that OEMs can do is they can really manage the workflow a lot better. And the market for us is so large, and the adoption really is, at this point in time, is so low. You know, it's good from overall business, I think, for all three of us.
Okay, Elwyn, how do you see this about the tech being integrated by machine OEMs?
Well, Guy, I would say that no one understands more about the performance of a machine than the OEMs. They are the experts in how that machine operates and how it performs. So I see the collaboration between machine OEMs and technology vendors as really a win-win, the best of both worlds, if you will, for the industry. Obviously, we here at Trimble have been involved in this with Caterpillar for over 20 years now, so a long-standing relationship of putting together the experts in the machine performance with experts in technology to get the best performance out of the machine. Increasingly, through that joint venture, through that relationship, but not just with Caterpillar, but obviously what we see with other OEMs as well, we see more and more of that kind of core technology, the sensors, coming from the factory. Key to me is that as they put more of those sensors on the machine, that we have open interfaces that allows the technology componentry, the user interface, if you will, to leverage those integrated sensors, that integrated components, so that we, again, really bring the best of both worlds to bear.
Great. And Magnus, how do you see this side of things?
Yeah, well, again, being last here, it's hard to be, innovative enough here. But
you won't always be. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks. I was sort of making. I agree, with the group so far. It's easier to get the availability of the different solutions to the market, and also the different levels. You could almost argue that 2D should be standard on most machines today, at least grading function machines. And that's also something that is getting more and more out from the OEMs. 3D, depending on the machine types, is getting a bit more also available on the OEM side, which is great. But I think also we, from an aftermarket and a technology provider, we do have a very significant part in this, and that is we are driving certain different technology that the OEMs, they are partnering to get, which is the way it should be. I think we should also look at how can the tech on the machines be upgradable, or the next phases of the next generations, because we are standing in most likely in front of another sort of shift in technology coming, I'm assuming not far away from now. We all have the same goal, is that the customer is supposed to be more productivity and all of this that we always talk about. We want them to utilize technology to gain as much as they can for their company. So I think it's a lot of advantages for the OEM when they are actually doing this, and for us in collaboration with them.